Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. I am Shamalin M. Sendad and this is the continuation of the report of Group 7. Impacts of Modernism. Although the impact of modernism is significant, its extent or its importance should not be exaggerated. So, kung mapapansin natin sa panahon ngayon is marami ng mga Muslim o tinatawag na modern Muslim ang nakikibagay o nakikisabay sa uso. So, bagamat malaki ang naging epekto ng modernismo sa Islam, is hindi dapat palakihin ang lawak o kahalaga nito. So, dapat is mananatiling mangingibabaw ang lakas at impluensya ng konserbatibong Islam. So, there was a little modernism outside the large cities. So, for example na lang is yung sa Egypt. So, sa Egypt is mismong mga ulama na, yung mga mismong patuloy na nagbabantay sa mga modernists, kung saan who is ready to fall upon them as soon as they appear to go beyond the limited range secured for them by Sheikh Muhammad Abdu. For the most part of official Islam and the ordinary masses followed the orthodox and accepted teachings contained in the law books. The last period. So the sixth period of Muslim law may be said to end with the abolition of the Caliphate in 1922 and the abolition of the Sultanate of Turkey in 1924. So after that, yung mga Sunni Islam had no recognized head. So wala na silang kinikilalang namumuno, and the history of Muslim law in this period is the history of its application in the separate Muslim countries. So, sa political sphere is makikita natin yung pagtaas ng mga independent Muslim countries like Egypt, Pakistan, Indonesia, the Federation of Malaysia, later to become Malaysia, Iraq, Algeria, Libya, Morocco, Nigeria, and other Muslim states in Africa. So, dahil nga wala nang kinikilalang head ang mga Sunni Islam sa panahon na ito, is dito na pumasok ang tinatawag na Sharia. So, sa Turkey, Sharia has been totally abandoned and has been replaced by a codified secular law, and in many other Muslim countries, the Sharia has been replaced by codified mocular laws in all fields of law except those relating to family law and personal status. So even sa field of family law and personal status is have seen a development in some of the Near Eastern countries and in the Indian subcontinent. Sa panahong ito, ang Sharia rules were not officially codified until recent times. So, hindi pa kinikilala dito ang Sharia rules. So, the Quran was collected in a recognized version during the Caliphate of Uthman ibn Affan in the year 30 AH. So, the traditions were, however, never compiled in this manner. The second Caliph Omar refused the compilation of the traditions for fear they would be favored in preference to the Quran. Si Umayyad Caliph Umar ibn Abdul Aziz naman is nag-attempt siya ng compilation of the traditions in the early part of the 2nd century, but he was not successful in his plan as he died before the compilation was completed. Ibn al-Muqaffa, in his report to the Abbasid Caliph Abu Ja'far al-Mansur, stressed the benefit that would accrue from laying down a general code of law which would be applicable to all the Muslim provinces. So, such a code, he suggested, should draw its principles from the Quran and the Sunnah, and in the absence of explicit text, recourse could be had to opinion in accordance with the will of the Caliph and his authority. So, itong proposal ni Al-Muqaffa is hindi siya na-implement kasi dahil sa takot ng juries and those in authority that errors would be committed in the interpretation of the Sharia. They were unwilling to bear the responsibility of forcing the people to imitate them. Aurangzeb, one of the Mughal sultans in India in the 11th century, is nagkainteresado siyang mangolekta ng mga fatwas kung saan nag-form siya ng Committee of India's leading juries with the Sheikh Nizam as president to prepare a comprehensive book containing the books of Zahir al-Riwaya. Itong Zahir al-Riwaya had been approved by the most distinguished jurists and the al-Nawadir accepted by men of learning. The Fatawa al-Amgir was produced in 6 large volumes arranged on the model of al-Hidayah, and it is still one of the major works of reference in Hanafi jurisprudence. This semi-official compilation was not, however, a code, but dealt with many juridical questions, some real, others hypothetical, with a statement of the prevalent views on each question. So, nung panahong ito, ang Sharia laws remained officially uncodified hanggang sa panahon ng Ottoman regime. So, nung 19th century, ang Ottoman state ay nag-prepare ng mga European codes na feel nila is kinakailangan nila sa kanilang state. Ito yung Commercial Code of 1850, the Land Code of 1858, the Criminal Code, the Code of Commercial Procedure, and the Civil Procedure Code, which is lahat ng text, spirit at ng arrangement nito is based sa foreign codes. So, ang Committee of Majala was appointed by the 7-man Committee of Jurists, which is to prepare a book on judicial transactions which would be correct, easy to understand, free from contradictions, embodying the selected opinions of the jurists, and easily readable by everyone. So the committee started their work in 1869 and submitted the introduction and the first book of the Majalla to the Sheikhul Islam and other dignitaries who incorporated certain modification and refinements. So yung book na yon is hinati ng mga members of the committee so that each member participated in writing some section. Itong book na to is pinamagatang Majalla al-Ahlam al-Adliya, which is natapos itong compilation noong 1878. That's all. Shukran.